So James Harden goes to the Nets. They also get a 2022 second round pick from the Cavs. The Rockets get Oladipo, Exum, and Karutz. Picks
Mhm.
the Rockets. So 3 unprotected first round picks and plus pick swaps in 21, 23, 25, and 27. Also
Mhm.
Cleveland's 2022 first via the Bucks. And the Pacers get LeVert 2023 second. And then the Cavs get Jared Allen and Torian Prince. What was your immediate reaction to this deal?
So there's a lot to unpack. Like we talked about, the headliner is obviously Harden to the Nets. That's obviously the headline of the whole thing. We can just start with that. I mean, it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how he fits in Brooklyn. I've always since the rumors started about all of this of how Harden wanted to go to Brooklyn, I've been curious about how the fit would be and how it would look with a lineup of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, right? Those are three like ball dominant guys, all need the ball in their hands, and it's going to be an interesting fit how they make it work. So obviously that's the headline,
Do
but
you
if they
feel like
can't,
that? Do you feel like it's a complicated fit? Is that why you're a little hesitant?
a little bit, yeah, a little bit. I do think it's complicated because I feel like especially Kyrie and James Harden almost play a similar kind of style. Like they're both guys who, they don't run a lot of pick and roll. They're mostly like isolation, dribble guys who create their own offense, right? So they're gonna, uh, they're gonna drive in, they're gonna shoot threes, they're gonna create their own offense with the ball in their hands. They don't rely on anyone else to create their offense for them, right? Whereas Kevin Durant's the same way, but he's not quite as ball dominant. He doesn't need the ball in his hands at all times necessarily. Like I feel like Kyrie and James Harden do. So when you have three players who are that ball dominant, Kevin Durant to a lesser degree, but still ball dominant. When you have three players like that and there's only one ball, I feel like it's a complicated fit, like, especially between Irving and Harden. I think that's a complicated fit.
How do you think Nash is going to handle some of that ball dominance? Do you think he's going to have a difficult challenge on his hands?
Yeah, I do. I think him trying to figure out kind of for first, besides just kind of trying to spread the ball, you have to figure out just the egos. So that's just one thing right there. It's just the egos, right? So we all know Kyrie is how he is. We all know how he's kind of his own special kind of guy, and he thinks his own way, and he truly believes he's like that guy. Like you saw the comments he made with LeBron, how he said that like for the first time in my career I have that someone else who can make like that shot. Talking about Kevin Durant, meaning he didn't think LeBron was that guy. So obviously he sees himself highly. He thought he was the guy in Cleveland when he had played with LeBron. He's obviously going to think that here too. You have Kevin Durant, who has on the record said that he believes he's the best player in the world. He said that he believes he's better than LeBron James, and that was his reason for going to the Warriors, that he wanted to prove to everyone that he was better and he could win a championship. And then finally, you have James Harden, who everyone knows is people call him selfish. I don't think he's entirely a selfish player, but I mean, when you're averaging 35 points a game, you have to be selfish to some degree. So, just that kind of ego balance with all those guys is going to be interesting.